to my channel. My name is Aria, and thank you guys so much for subscribing. I can't believe we already have 20,000 subscribers. That's crazy. I definitely want to grow my channel. I'm excited that you guys are excited about longer videos and more content from me. So I posted a while back a series of organizing my YouTube filming room and making this beautiful decor back here. And you guys wanted me to do a Q&A video. So I asked on that reveal of YouTube room video some of the questions you guys wanted to know. So I'm going to answer them for you today. Some of you guys asked the same questions over and over, and then I got a bunch of top comments. Some of the things you guys asked I could literally do a whole video on, and I'm planning to do that. So if you don't hear your question answered, that's why. Because I'm planning to do a lot of videos on some of the topics that you guys asked me. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I have this little notebook right here, and it's got a list of questions that you guys want. I have a few written down. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of them, but I'm gonna try. So the first question is, oh, and also these are not in order, just so you know, so they're probably gonna be all over the place. Because some of you guys ask about my dog stuff, some of you guys ask about me, so yeah. I know I'm an organized person, but like, okay, YouTube is hard. I'm struggling, just let me struggle. So what is my go-to homemade recipe for dogs? So I don't obviously home make my dog food. They don't eat raw. They eat kibble. I use Nature's Recipe grain-free salmon and sweet potato food for my dogs as a base. And then typically in the morning, they'll get yogurt or cottage cheese, scrambled eggs. I don't do the shell. Just do scrambled eggs. Sometimes I do raw, but for the most part I do scrambled. And then blueberries. So I've done plenty of TikTok videos to kind of explain to you guys what is the reasoning why I add what I add to their food. But I can do a whole video on that for sure, kind of elaborating on that. And then for dinner, I typically do some type of meat, ground turkey, chicken, pork if I need to add some extra calories, and then green beans and carrots. And then they also get vitamins and supplements, which I can do another video on that, because some of them are made for humans and some of them are made for dogs. So I can do that as well. But yeah, as far as their actual food, I don't make it. I use kibble. It's formulated for dogs. And Frenchies are man-made, so I'm not exactly sure why you would want to feed a dog that was never wild, just straight meat. But that's another story. Second question is, what got you into breeding Frenchies? So I'm obviously a veterinary technician, or was. I worked as a vet tech for many years, but one of the clinics I worked for was a reproductive clinic. That's where I got most of my reproductive experience, like on the job experience. Not in school, but actually on the job. And the reproductive vet that was the head veterinarian that owned the clinic there actually owned Frenchies, bred Frenchies. He would bring them to work every day. So I got to be around them, and that's really where I fell in love with the breed. And I want to say that was probably like, oh God, 2008 or 2009. So it was a long time ago. I've always loved them. And I just, before, when I was a broke ass college student, I couldn't afford them. So literally probably about 5 years ago is when I started to really get into it. And then the last couple of years is when I started to do it like more consistently. So that's how I got into it. How much do you generally spend on each litter? So I actually have on my website, if you guys go to looooool the link is down below, I actually have a whole chart on how much it costs to breed a Frenchie. So that is what it looks like. I made it. This is not typically what I spend. This is what you would be spending with zero experience. I obviously have been doing this for a long time, so a lot of these things that are on this list, I have the knowledge and medical experience and, you know, to do those things by myself. You guys don't have a full laboratory set up, so some of these things you can't obviously do on your own, and that's what this chart is for. So if you want to go to loooooolfrenchies.com and look that up, that literally will tell you step by step everything that it costs to breed a Frenchie. I wouldn't know how much typically my litters cost because I literally like lump everything into one. I've never really sat down and like pieced it out for me specifically, but overall, generally, I have like the price range of everything on my website if you guys want to go look. All right, question number 4 is, how much did each of your dogs cost? So it's kind of hard because you guys know that some of my dogs that are in my program aren't with me. I do a lot of co-owning, which that's another question you guys ask, so I'll get into that. But I'm to the point now where if I want a dog for my program, I just keep it from a litter that I've had. I do sometimes reach out when I need different DNA, different lineage, different colors in my program. I do go and find some dogs from reputable breeders. The dogs that I have now, personally, that I spent money on, Tinley was $5,000. Kenji's a Boston, so she was $500. Lenny was $2,000. Bauer was free because I made him. Well, not technically free. I paid for a C-section and all the breeding stuff, so yeah. And then Payson was also $5,000. Mila was $5,000. I'm just going on through the ones that are in my program right now. I think Reagan was around, Reagan was $8,000, and then Knox was, who I co-own, was $16,000. So yeah, it's a lot. You gotta spend a lot of money, and you know, having litters helps, you know, get that money back. But I put everything back into my program. You guys see how much I freaking spoil my dogs, what I do for them. Literally, if you're a reputable breeder, you don't sit there and make hella money doing this. It's literally, you probably will break even, and if I do make money, that goes right back into my dogs. So yeah, that's the tea on that. All right, so then that leads me to my next question, is what is a co-owner? So I don't want to drive myself crazy with a million dogs here. Plus, I don't feel like it's fair to them. I give my dogs so much attention. They live in my house. Like, I don't have kennels or crates or anything like that. I mean, they're crated when I'm not home, but during the day, and I work from home, they're literally out 24/7. They have their own doggy door. They go in and out. So literally, I don't want to overwhelm myself, and that's why I only have 5 dogs. 7 is probably my limit, but I do this thing called co-owning only with my friends and family. So I've got a lot of friends and a lot of family that have my actual Frenchies. So they get the dog for free. They get the dog as a puppy, and they get to keep the dog for the rest of its life. Whenever the dog is ready to breed, I get it back. We do the whole breeding. They get the dog back, and then once the dog's retired, they get to keep it forever. So it's awesome because each dog gets so freaking spoiled. Like, my co-owners take them hiking, kayaking, swimming. Like, you know what I mean? They get to do so much. They get puppuccinos. You know, they're super spoiled, and I love that. I feel like these are our pets first and foremost. There should never be a reason why you as a breeder should keep a dog in a kennel 24/7 permanently and not let that dog live a normal life. Like, they do so much for us, and we need to return that favor tenfold, and that's how I feel, and that will never change. That's why a lot of you who ask me about retired females or adults for sale, I'll never have that for you, because I don't sell my adults once they're done breeding. I think that's fucked up. I think it's disgusting. I think that it's not reputable, and I feel so bad for dogs that come to you, live their entire life for 5 years probably while they're doing the breeding process, and then once they can't breed anymore, you just throw them away. No. My dogs are going to stay with the person that they have created a bond with since a puppy, you know, till the end. Point blank, period. Why is my business called Lone Wolf Frenchies? Well, my name is Aria Wolf, and Wolf is my last name. It's on my ID. It's on my birth certificate. So yeah, and when I started breeding, I literally did everything myself. So I'm a lone wolf, like literally and physically. So Lone Wolf Frenchies, plus I wanted to I feel like it sounds badass. And even though I haven't really gotten into the studying world, I kind of want to do that next year now that I'm getting some, you know, some more consistent litters and some really good DNA into my lines. And I think like Lone Wolf Lines has a really good ring to it. So yeah, that's why. My favorite brands for dogs. I'm actually going to do a YouTube video on my favorites, my Amazon favorites, just specifically for dogs. I'm collecting all that stuff now, ordering the stuff that I've ran out of, all that fun stuff. So that video will come, and you guys will see that. I'm gonna do that video pretty soon. Tell us about your first dog. So my first dog was actually a rescue dog, and I got her when I was probably 17 or 18, because that's when I moved out. Growing up, my mom didn't let me have dogs. Isn't that freaking wild? And so now she's created this freaking crazy dog lady, right? But yeah, my first rescue dog was a pit bull. She was deaf. I got her on petfinder.com from a rescue. I got her, she was about a year old. Her name was Hazy, and we taught her sign language. and she was pretty awesome. Obviously that's a long time ago, she's passed now, but she was my favorite. I love her so much. I loved her. Oh, that dog I was obsessed with her. It was kind of hard to take her into public though, because number one, she is a pit bull, and number two, she's deaf. So she doesn't understand, she can't jump on people, she can't listen to the way she sounds, so her bark was really, really loud. She was super tiny, so she wasn't really intimidating, but you know, people are just intimidated by pit bulls in general. But I'll insert some photos of her right here. And she loved my Chihuahua. I had a Chihuahua at that time too, named Lexi, and she's an old lady. I mean, she's gone now too, but they were BFFs, so yeah. Why do I call my mom Chris? So my mom's name is Christy, and yes, you guys will see her all the time because she's literally like my best friend. We have more of like a homie relationship, and I just think it's funny. Like, and she thinks it's funny, and we just, I don't know, it's our thing. Like, I just call her Chris. Sometimes I do call her mom, but I don't know, when I'm making videos and everything like that, I just call her Chris. It's just what I'm used to. And a lot of people are like, that's so weird, like, don't you think she'd be offended? But like, no, that's just the relationship we have. Like, literally I could tell my mom everything. Like, if you guys saw the way that me and my mom were together in person, a lot of people were like, holy crap, like, you talk to your mom like that? You guys talk about that kind of stuff? Like, yeah, my mom is literally like my best friend. I don't go to anybody for advice but her. I'll vent to people, but Chris, she got my back, you know? So yeah. Do I have any siblings? I do. I have a little sister, and she's 31. She has 3 kids, and she's married. We are completely opposite. Like, completely opposite. Her name is Kayla. And then I have a little brother. He's 22. His name is Trey. He's really nerdy, but I love him. He loves, like, his favorite thing to do, like, together is go to the shooting range. So I need to do that again with him soon. But yeah, he's a big into games. He's a gamer, so very creative mind though. Went to school for like game creation and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my little brother. You guys will probably see him in some of my vlogs because he still lives with my mom. He has I guess he has been diagnosed with autism, but I would say it's more like Asperger's. He has had jobs, but he doesn't function well like in public, in society with people. So yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm sure he will stay with my mom for a long time, if not forever, and that's okay. He's my little homie, so yeah. That's another reason why I stand up for people who bully people, and I cannot, honestly, I'm gonna start tearing up even talking about it, but growing up, I never, okay, pause. So anyways, what I was saying is growing up, I would not put up with bullying for anybody. I was actually pretty popular in high school. I was on the dance team, and you know, the popular kids had their own table. I would sit with people who didn't have any friends, or like, you know what I mean? I did not deal with that. And the funny thing is to this day, nobody has ever tried me. I would stand up to people who were 10 times bigger than me. I did not care. I was not gonna put up with that shit. So anyway, I think that, like, having my little brother and stuff like that in my life, has had a huge effect on me. It's not cool. It's immature. Like, if you as a person feel that the need or bully somebody who's autistic, that just, you're the worst kind of person. Like, you're going to hell for sure. Sorry, but my next question is, what's wrong with Bauer's eye? So Bauer is a bottle-fed baby, and Frenchies, their back is phallic. They can aspirate really, really easily, so you have to hold the bottle at a particular angle. And they can do it too, like litter mates, it can happen to litter mates, it can happen to singletons, but typically I get their dew claws removed. I made a whole video on this on TikTok, but typically I get their dew claws removed. He was a singleton. My vet is an hour away, and so I was like, whatever, his dew claws are fine. Well, he scratched his eye open with his dew claw. Now, when they go to the bottle, they hold their hands up to hold the bottle, right? So I'm gonna assume that he scratched it by his dew claw reaching for the bottle, because they go hard, like they try to grip it. You know, they use those dew claws to grip. And he's been, you know, on antibiotics for his eye. Now it never had an ulcer. It was a scratch. It was never really a hole, but his eye is really cloudy, and that's because he has a scar over it. What I'm being told is that his eye is going to it's already completely healed, it's just that scar, and so he'll grow out of it. So even though I love him so much as a baby, I want him to grow up so his eye, like, look, he functions normally. Like, you could go like this and he'll see it, you know what I mean? But I think it's so funny that I got hate one time when someone was like, oh, she kept that deformed dog with the eye issue. Like, honey, he scratched his eye. It happens all the time. Like, get over it. My favorite stores to shop at, hands down, are Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and they're literally like the same company. I go to Walmart a lot just because I actually never grew up with a Walmart. I only went to Walmart when I moved to Arizona. Like, I didn't have one growing up where I was, so like Target was my jam, but Walmart's the closest store to me here in the country, so that's where I go to shop a lot for the majority of the time. But those are like my favorite stores. Like, that's where you're gonna catch me. If I ever see people recognize me in public, it's always TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods. Like, every time, I swear. It's funny. Do I have a boyfriend? No. I have literally like no desire to like date anyone. I feel like I don't know. I'm on dating apps and stuff, but it's like I don't really go on them. I don't really talk to people. Like, if I do hold a conversation, it's like for a day. I just don't have the desire. I feel like I'm so busy, and I'm not the type of person, like, I'm super independent. I'm not the type of person who needs anyone, especially a dude. Like, and also, I'm so picky. I'm so picky. Where do I get the money for dog stuff? I kind of really explained that one to you guys already. Like, the money that I make from puppies go right back in. Like, food, you know, stuff that I need for them, redoing my backyard for them, redoing my garage for them, like, the toys that they get, like, just their overall care, vet care, you know what I mean? Everything, like, just goes really right back to it. So I think it's funny that a lot of people are like, well, you only treat your dogs like that because you're rich. Like, no. I honestly, the pricing for my dogs is really not that bad if you go around and shop with other breeders that just breed for money. So, and a lot of you guys have asked, like, how to spot a reputable breeder and, you know, the kind of stuff that you need to know. And I'm gonna do a whole video on that too for you guys, because, like, I might be a little bit more strict than other people, but I could definitely show you guys some of the red flags, and then some things that people say are red flags that actually aren't, and I'm gonna explain why. So anyways, I could go on forever, like, I could rant forever, but I'm gonna try to do a little TikTok video really quick, going through the questions I'm about to answer so that you guys kind of have a clue of what I'm gonna do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. My next video is something that you guys also have highly requested from me, so I think you guys will be excited about that. I'm not gonna say anything about it though. And then I'll upload another vlog on Sunday. So I think my uploading schedule is gonna be Wednesday for my main video and Sunday for my vlogs. So stay tuned for that. I vlog all week. So yeah, hopefully we'll be getting some better quality ones too. I'm sorry, I'm new. Hi, my name is Aria. I'm new to YouTube. Anyways, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the notification bell so you can get your notifications on. And yeah, thank you guys again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.